Welcome to V.M.O Radio, where we talk that talk and, of course, have dope conversations with the four horsemen James, GT, Trey, and Don Grizzle. So come on in and join the conversation. Let's go.
I
He
look
done
smooth
threw
as GT now.
he done
I
threw
look
my
smooth.
Lana.
I look smooth as GT now.
He done threw
Oh,
Lana.
Don Grizzle over there drinking
Oh,
lean.
hey.
That purple drink, Mike. That purple.
Oh, yes, sir.
I'm good,
Let me,
all right?
let me find out you just came from Memphis.
Hey, you know what I'm talking about?
Sipping on some scissor.
Sip,
Mhm.
sip, sip.
I can't believe I fixed these bad boys. They all right.
They clean.
Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
I see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can't wait. I wish the sun was shining now. I might not even go to work in the morning. Might just put these on and ride around looking for.
Mm.
What's your name? What's your name, girl?
He gonna be riding like Rick Ross, rolling the window down to my.
Ooh, how do you say that? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
So,
okay.
Don Grizzle, you done joined the scene with the Gangster Lean. We
Yeah.
sitting here talking about Trump and the way the minorities which I thought we were I don't know if I want to call them aliens or whatever they are, or people that's not from our jurisdiction or our states, you know, they taking them away. Oh yeah, another thing I want to say is this: I ain't heard nothing about the Arabic or the Chinese or none.
Mm.
I don't think I hear about. I think that's something racial to me because I don't hear none of the Arabics. I tell you what, and listen to me very closely. Donald Trump would not do nothing to me because my country was down supplying gas. Okay, I'm over here to watch over my seats, my petroleum. Okay, but for real though. hey, hey, for real though. Hey, seriously though, man. Like I haven't heard nothing about that race.
But he do that, but it's gonna be a lot of gas stations closing down.
Yeah,
A
it
lot,
will.
lot of liquor stores closing down.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. I guess he's thinking we can do without the Mexican stores, but we can't.
Yeah, because if you notice, all of the Indians owning all the liquor stores and the gas stations.
Oh yeah, they buying them up.
A lot of Muslim people, Indians, they voted for him too, though.
Mm.
But no, I don't know
Oh,
about that. But
they
I'm gonna tell
voted
you
for him.
something. Man. Listen, down off Green Avenue at the bottom of Green Avenue, they done put a liquor store down at that gas station. I don't think the gas station work. I think it's just a convenience store and a liquor store right down in the flat of Green Avenue. You know what I'm talking about? They got it
Mm-hmm.
now. I went there. What that was Friday, I think it was, where the guy picked them up, and took them over there, and got some liquor. And then, have you seen on White Horse Road when you pass by Staunton Bridge on the left hand side? How many GTs they done put up? They got like
Mm-hmm.
5 or 6. Literally,
Yep.
Yeah, it's a
I thought.
lot.
I mean, they got them. They got them in each little section on
Yep.
White Horse Road.
Right before you get to Anderson, and then right after you pass Welcome.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
All
Well,
So
right.
I don't know, man.
let me ask,
I don't know, man.
coming in on the tail of that of what you're saying. Do we think that, and just talking about the business side, right? But the business side of them having those properties, when do we as a community not try to duplicate them getting those properties? Because for a sense, before they come over here,
Mm-hmm.
we've had opportunities to those properties maybe not in a sense of like, of course, I like the skin color, or there's certain blockages that we can say like with, applying for a business loan, knowing how to get a business loan, knowing how to set up, things of that nature. But I know, just as we've talked and I've seen, and you guys circle and Rolodex and things of that nature, there's Black entrepreneurs that are really thriving in business, what I'm saying, in Greenville. But my question, I guess, more is, do you all think that is it a strategic thing? You know what I'm saying? Because in a lot of these places, the reason why I'm saying that is not, I wonder, it's maybe a multi-layered question, because not so much as I wonder that as we as a Black community can't come together and have investors and be able to acquire some of this property. So that's one layer of the question. But then the other layer of the question is, do, over the years, racial, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? And this, have we been denied access to those communities, or did we just say we didn't want them? Because in a lot of places like that, a lot of those quote unquote immigrants or people from a different country, some are getting breaks and some are getting taxed the shit out of, you know what I'm saying, what the property is worth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But because they have a collection of organization, they willing to take the taxing because they know how they going to, pull their money together and still come up. So I just wonder, just thinking out loud, what you guys' perspective is on that, as far as, everything that y'all name, like where they got stuff at. And we all know, we live in the city. We know where, there's a strong presence of, you know, different other ethnicity,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
whatever, you know what I mean? So, but I pose that to y'all. What do y'all think? What are y'all thoughts on that?
Well,
Well,
listen, I don't think of me personally. I don't think the African Americans in the community where we grew up at even had a mindset. They didn't say, "Hey guys, let's come together and get a liquor store," or "Hey guys, let's come up and get a convenience store." You feel what I'm saying? They mind wasn't on that. They didn't weren't worrying about getting a loan. They weren't worrying about it till somebody else did it. Then they thought about it later on, because where I grew up at, which is off Anderson Road and stuff like that, I knew a lot of big time drug dealers. A lot of them. They got them a little property they stayed in. They might have got a house in the country. That was it. And then, like, my one guy, I ain't gonna say his name, but he was very popular on Anderson Road. He done passed away now, but he had a store. You feel what I'm saying? That was right on Anderson Road across from his house. He had a lady running it. I don't know if he owned the duplex behind it or whatnot, but I think he was business oriented or whatever, but I don't think his mind was there as far as like having a full big liquor store, a convenience store, and all that kind of stuff. I guess they were just like, you know what, this dude up here got a store already, gonna go up there to his store. It's okay, we'll spend that money. They just thought about probably buying cars, nice clothes, and going to clubs, getting jewelry and things of that nature. That's my mind. That's what I'm thinking about. That's what I see. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I ain't never thought about opening up no store. You know what I'm saying? Now a nightclub, yeah, but a store and a liquor store, that nah, I ain't think about that. Mm-mm. I never thought about that. Just like a little club or something. That's about it. Then you see all people inside the house. They had a good mindset, like Tasties. I remember they was selling plates from their house before they got Tasties. I remember Mike selling shoes before he got swag. You feel what I'm saying? Like seriously. So I done seen it come up. I remember Dre with the Look House and all that before he got his own clubs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So uh but I don't know, man. I mean, that's all I can say about that. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it's only the people that you see that had businesses or the people that had that hustle mentality. And that's the difference between black people and the Mexican community, is because if we do something, it's okay, I got to hustle. I got to have multiple streams of income. I got to do this and I got to do this. But when it comes to the Latino and the Mexican community, it could be about 10 or 15 of them living in one house. They're gonna all live in one house, and they're gonna split that bill, and they're gonna have money. Then they're gonna collectively come together and say, okay, we're gonna open this restaurant. We're gonna let your wife run the restaurant, and we're gonna open up a gas station over here. We're gonna let you run this gas station. So they split it up amongst them. So it's still wealth coming into that household. That's why you see them driving around in Escalades. That's why you see them driving around in Mercedes. They might have that little nasty looking work van, or they might have they Escalade dirty, but they got money because they keep it in the house. And
Right.
they keeping everybody doing something. They may have some of the women in the house watching the kids while the other one's running the restaurants, and then or the other one's running the food truck. But they got somebody at
Right.
the house. They got somebody at the house watching all 10 of them kids,
Okay.
but they still got specific people running the operation. And
That's right.
the Indian people do the same thing. They'll have the female running the gas station, or no, they'll have the female running the liquor store, and they'll have the husband or the brother running the gas station right down the street. And
Mm-hmm.
then on the other side of town, at the other liquor store that's like right next to the food line on Verde, they'll have one of the sisters or the uncles running that store. So they keep it in the
Man,
family. They keep it in the
I
family.
heard
They keep that wealth in the
Gotcha.
family, and that's how
seen
they.
it.
Yeah, I mean, just coming from, so I talked to a lot of different like gas station people who own gas stations because they also own like hotels and stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
And they just like they tell you freely because they know for one thing, look, if you don't got that mindset right, you're gonna fuck up. You're not gonna really pursue it.
Right.
So, and they tell me just like this, look, man, I got 5 gas stations and it's all through my family. So I
Right.
really don't have to do anything. I just have to show up and I gotta run it. I gotta be in charge of the day-to-day activities and I know how to just work the books. I'm like, okay, bet. He's like, look, my family back home, they have the money, they have the resource, and here's the game plan. I execute the plan. I just pass it on down to my children, my children's children, my grandchildren, and that's how they always have that money. So, like, like a couple of y'all was saying, we aren't taught that.
Right.
I wasn't taught, oh, let's go get a gas station. Let's go get a liquor store. You know what I'm saying? I was just taught, hey, I'm happy to drink some liquor, you know what I'm saying? Give me some Crown or something like that. And,
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
toss in
yeah,
my
yeah,
purple
yeah, yeah, yeah.
bags, you know what I'm
Ain't it? Ain't
saying?
it?
But, man, I mean, we all can't drink as much as Trey can, you know what I'm saying?
How you feel? I knew that was coming.
Well, you
I
made
hear
him
you.
stand up.
I said,
He had to stand up on you. You got up.
I
But
ain't even been
yeah,
thinking.
but yeah, that's what they do. Because I remember when my daughter was in when she was in her preschool Legacy Academy over there off of Woodruff Road. There was an Indian lady, and she was kind of like over everybody. And
mhm.
she ended up telling us that she was going to step down from her position because she was getting married, and her future husband wanted her to run a gas station.
I
He
believe it.
he said he put me in charge of the gas station, and he gonna run the liquor store.
And it's amazing. And it's just like, oh, how much you make? Oh man, I'm just 2 million. That's all. 2 million.
Right.
Like, okay, you like that's light to you? Yeah, man, that's light. This time next year, I'll be at 10 million. Straight
Mm-mm.
face, show you exactly how to do it. Like, yeah, but people, there's so much money to be made out here. People just don't want to figure out how to do it.
But you see, they come to the United States and get it done.
They
Now,
do.
if we went over to their country, we wouldn't know the first damn thing to do, and we'd be over there struggling. I can't wait to go back to America.
Yeah, they be
Mm-hmm.
laughing at us.
They come over here, run businesses, and make us look bad. But we go over there to their country. It's only for a vacation or the sightsee, and then we come back home. While they come over here and get residency and get land, get property, buy own businesses, and stack up and leave stuff to their family while we still struggling trying to make ends meet.
Exactly.
Well, see,
And we,
that's the thing that I think about it is like, hearing everybody, what everybody's saying is, as opposing the question is, seem to be within our communities, some things y'all saying, is that it wasn't taught. But at what point, you know what I'm saying, change the mindset? Because in the last thing, even what GT said, kind of piggybacking off of that, is that in my opinion, they come over here and acquire land and acquire businesses because they treat America like a business. And to me, that is somewhat the difference. Like for the most part, when they operate their businesses, no disrespect to them, because there's different kind of people in whatever ethnicity or whatever, man. But on the real, like, because there are some that you might really get a connection with or feel something with or whatever. But for the most part, like, they real business with it. You know what I'm saying? If you ever notice your interaction and their energy towards you is $4.99. You got 5? Let's go. All right, here's a penny. Next. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and that's what I mean is like, respectfully, I understand that part of it, but it's just like, when do we turn the page? Because everything you laid out is exactly how it go on. So what I'm saying is now we know the formula. We know the formula. Like, you know what I'm saying? We see how we just, everything y'all just broke down is exactly how they do it. So to me, that's what I'm saying. When do we turn the page and take a page out of their book and start reciprocating the organization, the togetherness, the like, GT Brotown, how they'll stay in one house and do it together and come up together. I think that's probably our biggest disservice. But what this is also the science and even what we're doing by being able to work the muscle and do V.M.O crew as we doing Sunday nights, coming into people's homes and having discussions. We're coming together. So in my opinion, I feel like we somewhat breaking the cycle, and hopefully we can continue on and we can encourage other people to do the same by having these type of discussions. Because not only is it supposed to be entertaining, but it's supposed to be educational. You know what I'm saying? Each one. And I just think that's something that we got to get back to that. And I feel like that's what we doing when we come together and we do, you know what I'm saying, these live conversations, you know what I'm saying, but also to really push that narrative or that thought process forward of it's a new day. We got to turn the book and do something different. We just keep doing the same cycle of what we doing, but yet see the cycle that works.
Well,
Damn.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Okay. I mean, y'all know me for a few years now, you know what I'm saying? And y'all know how I get down, y'all know what my work ethic is or whatever. So, I own my business DIE construction, got my LLC or whatnot. A white guy told me, he said, Trinell, I got 28 properties over here. I'll let you do. He said, but first thing you got to do is get you an LLC and then get you some insurance. He said, general liability, at least $1 million. I did it. I went through V.M.O, and it cost me $155 a month for $1 million. Okay. So I got that much when I go to these residential areas with these properties. The people that I got subbing work out to are the Hispanics. Okay. I did it with one black guy one time. He messed me up at a apartment complex in Malden because he went up there drunk. He was tore up. You feel what I'm saying? Like in front of the people who own the business. You feel what I'm saying? So that kind of messed me up a little bit. But as far as like people coming together, that always been my mindset. You feel what I'm saying? Not to own a liquor store or a convenience store, but to perfect my craft, which is construction. The Hispanic community showed me when I went to work at the hospital, I didn't know how to read a tape measure. That was 12 years ago. I mean, I know about inch, half an inch, and 3/4, but I didn't know about 1/8, and stuff like that, the in between 20 seconds and all that stuff. I know nothing about that. But to make a long story short, right now, me doing what I do now is I run into people at clubs, bars, and stuff like that. You done witnessed me do a little something before, Don Grizzle. But I go to the little Hispanic bar and I meet these guys. And I figure out what they do, and then I get their numbers. And then when I go to these residents and they tell me what they want done, I call them up. Hey, I got this job for you. Let's go over here and look at it. They go there and look at the job. They tell me how much they're gonna charge for the job. I put my end on it or whatever. Most of the time, I just charge them 10%. So if it's 5,000, we're charging 5,500. I get $500 without doing anything. You get what I'm saying? But then I keep on reaching out to my people, and just keep trying to give everybody jobs. We can come together and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? To make the business bigger. But sometimes it don't work that way. It sounds good, but if you can't get people together, your own people in a sense, because I got people, but they all Hispanic people. You feel what I'm saying? But I mean, I want to be able to get my brothers and my sisters together and let us do our thing. I thought about getting a food truck, let my mama run it. You know what I mean? Then get a salon, let my sister run it or whatever. But the first thing they're gonna say is my. This mine. I want this or whatever. Why we can't just get the money together and just put more money in and develop more businesses? You feel what I'm saying? And then we get more family and let them work, and all of it just come together, and it'll be generational wealth. You get what I'm saying? But I don't see anybody doing that.
Yeah,
Not
man. I
now.
think it's gonna be hard to do that. I think that's why. Just talking to like, let's say I talk to my brother, something like that. If we was going to business together, he's gonna want to know when he's gonna get his money, or he want to know more of a timeline frame. And he gonna
Mm-hmm.
try to. It's hard for him to see the vision of just like, hey, let's stay the course, let's get here. It's hard for people to, I guess, broaden their horizon, how they think. I think that's what's happening with people right now.
Well,
They're not. It's hard for them to change.
well, it's more of them being comfortable with what's familiar.
Yeah.
And that goes back to what's not being taught. But what I'm saying is I understand we got years of that. You know what I'm saying? Just like I was telling somebody today, but like, and this is what I'm saying is like when I peel back this stuff in thought process, I go back to this. One of the greatest things that I love about us and our culture is such a some part to me bittersweet thing, but it's one of the greatest things, right? That we have, which is we are able to communicate with each other without saying anything, right? And
Yeah.
me, where I feel like the science of where that came from is when you think about those brothers and sisters in the cotton fields and whatever been beaten or wife been raped or killed and hung or whatever. Like, I hate to be graphic, but that's what was going on out there in that time, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So to be able to develop the skill to be able to communicate without saying anything, like think about what that night might feel like or be like if it was all four of us and we on the plantation and it's just like in this conversation, we figuring out how to get out, right? But then also think about it might be mindsets in that conversation that's like, man, how we gonna do that? You know what I'm saying, man? Can we really
Yeah.
do that? Man, you think we can really run away? Yeah, nigga. We out of here at dawn, nigga. We gonna figure it out.
It's
There's
that doubt. That doubt creep in.
there's ones that had to do that.
Yeah.
So that's what, you know what I'm saying, the evolution of this conversation, like, you feel me? Like, when you really go that deep with it, we know how to communicate, you know what I'm saying, and respectfully. What I feel like, again, which is a real thing of what y'all saying, that happens when we go to do it, that we try to put our people on, or we try to, you know what I'm saying, put somebody onto a plate, but then we gotta overthink everything that comes with that. And we gotta watch, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So
Oh yeah.
I understand that part. The only thing is I'm just outwardly thinking and saying it's 2025 though. When, do we not align with the right people that's trying to get off the plantation, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where are those people at, bro?
Yeah.
Now, welcome to F Around and Find Out. Yeah, we just gonna dive right into it. Let's go. And and after that, Trump put tariffs on pretty much the entire planet. I mean, even countries that we don't even really trade with. The ones that don't really have any people living there. I mean, what we gonna do? It's just crazy, ain't it? It makes you want to think, he gonna put tariffs on air? That would make more sense, right? But I'm just talking out loud. That's all. My bad. Let me keep going. And after that, there was a mass shooting in Florida. Yeah, at Florida State University, where 6 was injured and 2 lost their lives. And you know what? We praying for their families, and I'm just gonna keep on moving on after that. And after that, you know what? Trump and China decided to have their own little tariff war just between them, where they kept going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth again. To where like now Trump has put a 245% tariff on China. Yeah, I mean, I guess what's China gonna do? Uh, I think we both know that answer. But anyway, you know what? Definitely thank y'all so much for tuning in to the next episode. You can follow us on IG, on YouTube, on Facebook at V.M.O Radio. Let's go.